Despite ongoing efforts, educational inequality remains a serious issue, especially for marginalized groups such as out-of-school youth in the Philippines. This paper is grounded in John Rawls' theory of justice and theological doctrines like Imago Dei and universal kinship. The main question is, how can our belief in human equality, whether from faith or ethics, compel us to fight for educational justice? Theologically, the concept of Imago Dei teaches us that all humans are created in the image of God. This foundational belief affirms that every individual, regardless of their social status, economic background, or level of education, has inherent dignity and worth. If we truly embrace this idea, we must reject systems that exclude, marginalize, or oppress. Instead, we are called to create an educational system that uplifts the last, the least, and the lost, those who are often forgotten by mainstream society. Similarly, the doctrine of universal kinship reinforces the idea that all human beings share a common creator, forming one global family, and also this principle is not limited to Christianity, but is echoed across religious and ethical traditions. Now, some critics challenge theological arguments, saying they may not resonate secular or pluralistic societies. Historically, religious beliefs have sadly been twisted to justify inequality, such as in cases of slavery or gender discrimination. But these misinterpretations do not cancel the core truths of those faiths. Instead of throwing away theology, we should refine and reinterpret it. In programs like the alternative learning system, what's needed is a synergy where faith-based compassion meets evidence-based policy. Marginalized learners don't just need inspiration, they need access, resources, and a system that works for them. Combining moral values with policy reform is the most effective way forward. In conclusion, educational justice is not a luxury. It is both a spiritual duty and a social necessity. Theology tells us that every person has worth. Philosophy tells us that justice must be applied universally. Together, these voices urge us to act, whether we come from a faith perspective or a rational standpoint. We are called to ensure that no learner is left behind. A just society is one that makes education accessible to all, regardless of religion, class, or background. When theology and secular ethics works together, we move closer to that vision of inclusive, sustainable, and truly just education.